We just heard Emily reporting about how teams are fully mobilized, and I want to talk about one in particular. I'm going to start with the one that we know is on campus. Campuses are now prepared for situations like this where students could be in danger. We just got a tweet that Jacksonville and Tallahassee resident agencies are on the scene at FSU assisting local law enforcement. But when they talk about in terms of law enforcement and investigative units, when they say teams are fully mobilized, who are they talking about, Jim?
Well, it layers on like this. The first respondents are the patrol officers from the campus police. That's the first officers who are going to be there. And backing them up immediately is going to be, because it's in Tallahassee, and that's Florida State Capitol, there's a lot of troopers there. There's a lot of FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement there. I just saw their forensic van pull up in the feed there. And so they're going to be coming in. Of course, you're going to have Tallahassee City police officers, Leon County Sheriff's deputies, and laid on behind that, of course, is the federales. You're going to have FBI and ATF. But they're coming behind the first vanguard, which is the uniformed officers who are trying to locate the shooter. And right on their heels, Chris, is SWAT. SWAT from the city police, the county sheriff, even the state troopers. So SWAT's coming in all its strength, and even from ATF and FBI, who also have those kind of teams. So they'll bring all that'll be brought to bear, but it all hinges on the location. It's the critical, the sine qua non. It's the essential element of the police to locate the killer, the shooter first. And if we don't find that, if we don't hear about that, then the thing drags on and becomes more dangerous. Where is he, or where are they?
Yeah, the high intensity of unease, to say the least, and we saw those videos, Jim, of people running in the streets. To what extent can you reasonably secure an area like this? Again, a sprawling campus smack in the middle of a city.
Yeah, it's very tough. I think it's smart. The university put out their alerts. That's very good. People are, responding to it. We see students or faculty or citizens running or moving quickly, at least across the street, to get away. Smart money. If you can't get away, you barricade, lock down, and be quiet, because you're hoping this thing will get over soon. Sometimes these guys do kill themselves. They burn out pretty fast. Other times they can get confronted by law enforcement and killed or arrested. So, don't think it necessarily will be a long-term thing. It may all be over quickly once the killer or shooters can be located. We still don't have a good number on, who's been assaulted already. A few reports of wounded. NBC reported, I think, 4 wounded at the hospital, but we don't know if that's grown, what the extent of that is. We haven't heard any reports of how many shooters, type of weapon, type of dress. So there's a lot still to come in. And the police commanders on the scene, when you get there like this and you're in command, it is the fog of war. I mean, you don't have all this information. They want the same information that we want here on MSNBC. They want that information so they can direct the forces, send officers over here, put a SWAT team over there. We think he's barricaded over in this corner. So they need that information too, and they're trying to gather it from 911, from witnesses they interview, from officers that are moving through the scene. And they're trying to gather all that information at the on-scene command post to make the appropriate decisions. That's all unfolding now in Tallahassee. Right as we're talking, this is all unfolding. And commanders are there trying to make those critical decisions at the moment, Chris.
One of the